brother.
Oh, so glad to hear it. What was your name? My name's Garrett. Good. All right, let's get you in this car.
All right. Just let's see how it might trickle down a little.
Gorgeous.
Love the black. This black is so nice. You snap all your film.
Yes. I'm glad we.
Don't leave without me.
Yep.
All right, you ready for this door?
Yep.
Alrighty, have fun, enjoy.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Welcome. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
Good. I'm Sean. We've
Sean,
met
yes.
briefly.
Yep.
How you doing back
Hey,
there?
I'm Dave.
Dave,
Sean.
How you doing?
You may end up
Hi,
seeing me
Jen.
tomorrow. I've got my ride tomorrow.
All
My drive
right.
tomorrow.
Wonderful.
Are you from corporate?
Yes, I am. I'm on our ownership experience team at corporate, and we're traveling as much as we can to be with you guys during the test drive event. Free to make any adjustments to get comfortable. It looks like you're pretty familiar with everything.
Just kind of. Maybe that's the routine, right?
Yeah.
Now, are you seeing any police out on the roads?
A little bit. I don't see a lot of people looking out for us, but I did see a couple of, I think they're Dodge Charger cops out there. So
What color? Black.
yeah.
Look
you're
out for
scaring
the.
me. You're scaring
Look
me.
out for the.
Why
there-
would we need to worry about them?
Exactly.
If I wanted to change this tune, how do I?
So I can change it to. Do you want? Here, I'll just turn it on to something different.
Sure.
Let's see.
I was telling my husband that there's a new City of Beaverton police vehicle. It's like a big Ford F-150
Oh, really?
truck. And he's got orange cones in the back, so it looks like it's a construction vehicle.
That's cute.
And they've been sitting out on freeways.
Oh, you're streaming right now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're doing tune-in radio. I'm not. Let's see what.
Now, is this the performance sound?
This is the performance.
Set of sound. I mean, the higher end sound system.
Yeah, the sound studio package.
Good. That's what I want. I've been wanting to hear how it does.
Yeah, and we'll play it a little bit, but we'll mainly have this guy focus on driving.
Yep.
Not do
Oh, you
too
could
many
see a
changes.
display of the. That's.
Yeah,
I didn't know
this
you
would be
could.
good for you guys.
Yeah, I
back
didn't know
there.
you could do that up there. That's pretty cool.
So what we'll do, if you're ready to go, with your foot on the brake, we'll have you pull the stock down to drive, and then we'll just make sure that these guys are out of our way before we cruise on up. So once he's out of the way, we will let our foot off the brake. Thank you. And we'll slowly put your foot on the accelerator and apply a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, imagine not a whole lot of pressure. I would imagine in such a torquey vehicle. I mean, even when I had my Prius, it's a lot different than.
Absolutely.
Because it'll start out electric.
So we're going to
Wow, this is
slowly,
so quiet.
quietly make our way out.
So
We're going to
quiet.
follow that car on the very end. This is naturally going to take us to a T.
I was so glad to hear that at least now the government hasn't mandated noisemakers.
Oh,
Because that was going to be awful.
They probably will in the future.
Yeah.
Retrofit.
we got our nice stereo and our horn. So any pedestrians in the way, we can make some noise if we need to. So we'll follow that the green car in front of us.
I feel like regen just letting off a little bit.
I'm really curious how that display is going to work in bright light. The only thing I'm worried about is reflecting the sun. But so far it seems okay.
And what we'll
I
do
bet you they'll
is,
come up with one of those,
we're
like
gonna
they
make
have
a
for
left
iPhones
at
and
the big
iPads, the
intersection
anti-glare.
here. Or you can make a left the back way. It's either whatever you prefer. This will probably be the best way following these group of cars. So there's been some starting to get some traffic on the freeway. Hopefully it was just kind of a one-off. Well, the best opportunity to accelerate is right before we get on the freeway. We can slow the car down a little bit, straighten the car out, and that'll be a good opportunity to do like a 0 to 55
For the on-ramp.
on there. We'll just check the modes that we're on, make sure that we're in sport and standard. So we are in sport and standard mode right now.
What is the steering settings? How do they affect it?
Does this affect the turn ratio or
That's-
just
yeah,
the
that's-
tightness? Is that what it
Just
is?
the tightness and turn ratio, nothing
Okay.
to do with the suspension of the car. It's most people are gonna, I think, prefer the sport setting. But if you've been driving,
But it
a
does
car
affect, does it affect the turn radius, the turn ratio on sport?
well, you're gonna if you turn the car left, you're not gonna be turning the steering wheel as far if it's on sport as it would on comfort. But it's not anything other than that.
Okay.
So we're going to be making a right at the light up here.
And the Performance has more options or more settings for that than the Standard does, doesn't it?
It's actually the same.
Oh, it is?
The
Okay.
Standard is going to have the same setting.
Okay, good.
So
And it's going to feel the same. At the same speeds turning, it's going to feel just the same when you're going through the turns. It's really the acceleration of the Performance car that
Okay.
you're going to...
So the better inverter and
Yep.
that kind of stuff. Okay.
So is the whole touch screen, is that all completely enabled when you're in motion?
Correct. Yeah. There's nothing that's disabled on the touchscreen when you're in motion, except maybe some of the, charge port locking and things like that. But all this you can play with, especially if you're the passenger up front or when you're.
That's all I like
stopped
about it.
and check something.
I understand why the government does it, but I don't think they have business doing it. Because if the driver is smart, they're not going to do it.
Right.
And then if they have a passenger in other cars, they can't do it. But in this
Right.
car, they can. Like
Research?
setting a nav address, for example.
What's that?
Recirc in case you got diesel.
But I'm sure that they're
Oh,
just
oh,
that's
the,
a good question, yeah.
just in terms of the car maker and their perceived liability.
Yeah, I know. I kind of was actually surprised that Tesla did this.
Because
Because that's another hot button of mine, is how everybody sues everybody these days.
You can even stop right now.
Yeah, there's something behind it.
Yeah, come to a complete stop if you like.
Okay.
If you guys want to look at the speedometer field,
Yep.
go ahead and punch it.
Oh wait, now I got some cars behind us. Oh wait, clear them out.
And here we go. Woohoo!
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah.
Oh geez!
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Oh my god!
It's up there quickly.
There is nothing like this.
How do you guys feel back there?
Nice.
All right.
I think I left my stomach back there.
So we're gonna make one lane
say
change
left?
to the left. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there is some traffic. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah.
It's Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the area, so I'm not sure what causes the traffic on the weekend.
Yeah, this shouldn't be stopped.
But more,
Yeah.
more time behind the wheel, right?
Exactly, yep.
There's not too much in this next mile of freeway that's too exciting, especially on a small freeway. So. Alright, and then you just pull it. Yeah, feel free to.
That way I'm not backing up on the street, so I pull.
And then pull upwards. Yeah, there you go.
Just had a $100,000 car pulling in your driveway here.
Okay, there we go. Now we're in business.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Jeez.
Wow. That's just amazing. Just the car threw back and
Yep. Yeah, I'm afraid you're going to have to change your route next time around. I wonder if the other one's back yet. Can you see the other one, or can they only
No,
see it?
I can't. They're looking at it, I'm sure.
that takes you all the way down to what, 2 or 3, and then the regen stops. That's pretty much positive. Of course, we're on a hill a little bit here, but
Does it have a hill hold on it?
now they're working on it, right?
Yeah, that'll likely be
Go
a
straight?
firmware update. Yeah, we'll go straight here.
Oh, that's nice if it's just a firmware update.
Alright, so now we're back on your program.
Yeah, it looks like there's probably not going to be too much stuff over here. We will get back on the freeway, but we'll just be in the exit lane, so hopefully that won't be
Yeah,
back
that should be
much.
okay. I know exactly where you're
So this is
going.
about a 1.5-mile strip of a pretty normal road, not too much bumps or anything like that. So I can even turn on the ACs for a second so you can kind of hear
Sure.
road noise on a well-paved road.
Yeah, even though I'm used to the Prius, you can't get very fast before the gas motor turns on, so this
Right.
is definitely a lot quieter.
What is the range on that?
On what?
On a Prius with a charge?
Well, it's not all electric. It's
I
it's
thought
only
there's-
electric assist.
Oh, I thought there was times when you could actually get just pure EV driving.
There
on
is
it.
in
It's like
Europe,
under 10
but
miles an hour,
I don't
I
think they
think.
ever released it in the U.S. There was an EV button on the Prius outside of the U.S.
Oh.
But I have an EV button on mine.
You do?
Yeah, and I can go. Yeah, if I can't accelerate, I have to be really slow, under 10 miles an hour.
Oh, really?
So it's like a neighborhood quiet. It can run in
Okay.
just pure electric, but it's really hard to keep it.
Keep it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in about a half mile, we'll make a left at the light. And then if we get up to any of these lights and you're not sure if you're going to make the light,
Just stay back.
stay back, not just because it's safe, which it is,
Yeah.
but that will put you in the front of the red light.
Smart.
So
Just saying.
I'm just saying. I mean, even as the passenger, every time we're making a left over here, every time we get to the front of a stoplight, I get a little bit giddy. I'm pretty excited every time I get over there, so
Yeah.
it's a good feeling. Not too often do you want to not make a light, but being the first car at a red light is a fun position to be in.
How do I swap these?
So you'll
Press and
eventually,
hold.
and we won't do it now, but you'll be able to swap those with actually the touch dials on the steering wheel.
Because the silver model on the floor, you can do it.
It's press and hold, and then it comes up with.
Yeah. And then we have kind of a wide turn here.
And then we're gonna turn right
Looks
on.
like, yeah, we'll turn right on Nimbus,
Yeah.
which is about 2 miles, I think,
You know where that is, don't you, Greg? Yeah. That's the business part.
where all the office buildings are.
Yep.
That's a good concrete road.
Yep.
So unfortunately, we'll make this green light, I think.
I like the feel of the wheel.
Yeah, this light doesn't change very often. But are we running with what's our suspension setting on right now?
The suspension is always going to be in the same setting. So
Well, what I mean is, does this have the active air suspension?
Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, this one does have active air suspension.
So you can't turn it on or off. It's just on all the time.
Correct. It's
Okay.
on all the time. All of the test drive cars have active air suspension.
I'm trying to figure out what that really does, because I'm going to be wanting to look at a standard most likely, and I'm trying to. That's the one thing I'm wavering on, is whether I want that or not.
What I'd recommend is after we do this drive, in your car, drive on Nimbus and think about what this feels like, because Nimbus is the best road. Because it's a concrete road. It's not a very comfortable road
Okay.
for most cars, especially if you don't have a really loose suspension car. Especially if you have a sports car. Just most cars don't have something like it. On Nimbus, it's the best road to really experience the active air suspension.
How much were you having to use the brakes there?
None.
Greg? Really?
Regen,
None?
The regen and the slowness on
Oh, that's
that.
great.
Yeah.
I love being. And aside from the sports aspect of things, I'm pretty environmentally minded too, and so I love to be able to recover as much as I possibly can.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
I wasn't the kind of person that drove my Prius 10 miles an hour, to get up to speed without the gas engine kicking in, but I'll use it smartly.
So it's the next
Yep.
light.
Yep.
We have a little ways to go. So you guys pretty comfortable back there?
Yeah, yeah. Headroom was one of the things. Is there more headroom or less headroom in the car with the?
You have about an inch more headroom, but it's not going to make much of a practical difference. The way you're sitting right now, if you were a few inches taller than you would.
Yeah, if
actually
I was
get-
sitting straight up, which I don't normally do.
Yeah.
I like you. I kind of slouch. A
Yeah,
little
kind of
bit,
slouch in the back. Your head will nicely just kind of
but Yeah,
fit in
it's more
here.
comfortable that way anyway. Because I'm probably not going to get the sunroof. Like I said, I just don't use it much. But
Are you having fun, hun?
Yeah.
So this is a nice road to take some turns. The car, you're not going to notice too much happening in the car, but that's kind of what we want you to pay attention to.
Take the guy behind
There are
us
all
also.
these turns. In most cars, you would notice some sway in the car, but the car is so responsive, and there's really no body roll in the car. So although we're going to move around,
I was going to say
a little
our
bit,
body's not.
Yeah.
Our body's rolling, but the car's body is not.
Yeah, we're not attached to the car as much. The driver experiences it by far the best.
Yeah, because you can hold it just off of the steering wheel.
The driver is anticipating every adjustment
Yep.
that's happening.
Oh, that's awesome. I wasn't ready for that one, so that made it even more awesome.
Whiplash.
Well, it's cool. I don't expect it oftentimes, and in most cars, if I have a driver that's accelerating, you hear the roar, and it's like, okay, my body will prepare for it.
Yep.
But here, I just feel myself.
I happened to be
seat.
leaning forward a little right as he did that, so it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
And feel free, once the car's passed, we have some time, absolutely give the car a little bit of wiggle to experience the responsiveness of the car.
Yeah, that is
Again,
pretty
there's
crisp.
no body roll in this
Yeah,
car.
wow, that's amazing.
And we have, again, we are adding to the weight of the car,
Yep.
right? We have
Yep.
4 adults in this car. This is the full car.
Yeah,
That's
hun, do you remember that octopus ride I was on last weekend? That was similar. Let's not do that too much.
So we'll be making a left at the light coming up, and I would say you just need to be in one of the center lane or the left lane. And if there happens not to be a car in one of those lanes, that would be the lane I'd take.
I wonder why that would be.
And then when we do make the left, we'll be able to. We'll have to get in one of the more right lanes, so one of the center or the far right lane.
If you want to go back on 217.
All right, we have another red light on the
Yep,
front, right?
we do.
Oh dear.
And then we have a railroad track to go over, so it'll be interesting to see how the suspension does with that. And we're on the inside, which makes the G's higher, so it'll be interesting. Inside curve.
A tight turn.
Yeah.
Which I'm not trying to get cozy with you. I'm trying to put my head in
Oh,
a
I don't
nice
care.
spot.
Doesn't bother me. We're all friends.
And here we go.
That was a quick way to get up to a fast speed, which I won't say on the recording.
We'll blur that. You can blur that out for us. That'd be great. No, it's okay. See, I don't think you're gonna experience much of
No, that's pretty
Yeah.
soft.
Yep.
not too bad. But I would say Nimbus would be the best road to take to experience, you know,
Yeah.
what the difference is going to be with active air suspension versus.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out on my
most
way
cars.
home.
Yeah. You want
Oh,
me to
these
open
guys
up
in the car
Yes.
next to us.
Please do. Open it up. Open the top. Well, not the
The
but-
guys in the back seat going, ooh.
So the sunroof, you just drag that down.
Yep.
That's a wonderful UI. Being a
You
software
always
guy, I love
Touch
it.
it to stop wherever you're
So
at.
this is what you see.
Oh,
Like
that's
how
nice.
much you want.
Very nice. Ah, you can feel the warmth coming in.
One, two, three.
Yeah, I was gonna say, leave him in the dust.
That's partly for show for the other guy who's watching this. And exit here, right?
Yeah, so stay in this lane. We got a bolt to follow up here.
Wow, this was like ended up being about a half-hour drive.
Yeah,
Good
you
for
guys,
us.
You guys got double drive time.
Yeah, I was
No
gonna say, good
kidding.
for us, not so good for the next person, but
We kind
They
of
haven't been calling me too much.
owe our kids a little bit of a treat for
Yeah.
being patient
Yeah, no kidding.
today.
Oh, that's good. Test out the drive-by braille system.
Oh, interesting.
Except there's a lady who's...
We know this gal, Jen.
Oh, pink bicycle lady.
Yeah, we know her. Well, we don't know her. But
you've seen her.
yeah, her bike was always parked in a certain corner every morning. We always wondered who rode that bike.
We'll be making a left at this light. I'll let them know that 217 looks clear again.
I don't know about northbound.
Yeah, I was gonna say, really? You sure?
Clear-ish.
Okay. I didn't pay maybe as close attention as you did.
I was gonna
Let me
look
look
on
at my
your
iPhone.
GPS, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say northbound up there. It's probably not all that great.
Take a while to clear that out.
Yeah, it usually
Right,
will.
so then I go to vent, and that just pops it up. Got it. That's cool.
Well, that's interesting. Actually, it's green now.
Really?
Yeah, it's not red anymore.
Well,
So maybe he's right.
I should have stayed behind on that light.
habits.
And just goes which way?
You're gonna go straight, and
Okay.
you're actually gonna go straight past the next light as well.
Gotcha.
You're not gonna take the main entrance into the mall.
Come back in. Because
Yeah, so we'll make a left.
and then
about
right at the
8
cemetery.
to
Yeah, it
mile.
actually looks green
Yeah, right
up north
before
of
the
Allen now.
cemetery.
That's kind of surprising.
So when you do
We
find
were the guinea
an
pigs then.
opportunity to
Apparently
make
so.
a left, lane change.
Okay. What's the last? You do the drives through 3 o'clock?
I'm actually not sure what the last hour is. We'll make a left here.
Right here?
Yep. This is another good opportunity since we know what cars. Feel free to do a kind of a wiggle to experience the responsiveness of the car. Very, very clear road. for
Don't
us
make
to-
your wife barf.
My eyes are closed at the moment. and I knew he would do that, which is why I rested my head back.
Roll back.
And I'll get you through here. We'll.
How's it take speed bumps?
really well.
Was it?
Yeah.
If you were to, on the drive, want to rise the car up because of the speed bumps, could you do that?
It has to be under a certain speed. So I think it's about less than 15 miles an hour. You can raise it. So we'll do. So there's this set of trees. We're going to be turning left, right around the second set of trees, right where the pickup truck is.
Okay, gotcha.
We're just going to make a left behind the truck. So what do you think?
What can you fault?
Yeah, now I'm even more anxious for my drive tomorrow.
Yeah.
This has got to be a record
It
with
is
the
so-
amount of time my husband has spent
In a mall.
close in a mall. Yeah.
So tight.
Like, I don't want to get up there.
Do you want to
Stop.
park?
You can move up a little bit if you like. And feel free to stop now. And then just press that inwards, and you're in park. That's it.